McLaughlin here from SnareDrumTV.com. This is episode 42. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to play a 16th note, 2-note timing that will really help you improve both your timing as well as your comfort level with space within rhythm. Alright? This exercise is very similar to the 16th note, 1-note timing exercise you learned in episode 41. So if you haven't checked that out, I highly suggest that you go learn that first and then come to this one and check this exercise out. Alright? So, like I said, this exercise is very similar to the 1-note timing. What we're going to do is just build upon it and play combinations of 2 16th notes instead of just 1 16th note at a time. Okay? So, there are 4 groupings in this exercise. The first grouping involves us playing the downbeats as well as the E. So the first 2 16th notes of a beat. Alright? So that would sound like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay? The second grouping in this exercise involves us playing the second and third 16th note of a beat, which is the E as well as the and. Alright? So the second grouping sounds like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Alright? The third grouping in this exercise involves us playing the and as well as the alright? Which is the third and fourth 16th note of each beat. Alright? So that sounds like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. And finally, in the fourth grouping of this exercise, we're going to play the first and fourth 16th note of each beat, which is the downbeat as well as the which sounds like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay? So those are all the 2 16th note combinations we can have within a beat of 16th notes. Alright? And we simply cycle through them one at a time. Alright? Now what we're going to do is take those 4 groupings and put a measure of 16th note check in front of each one. Alright? So if you don't remember what a check is simply a measure or a beat of reference rhythm. Okay, so in this case it's straight 16th notes starting with right hand lead and using alternating sticking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and piece that together for you. I'm going to play all 8 of those measures at 100 beats per minute. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, so that's the first section, or the fours section, in the 4-2-1 formula. Okay, now for the 2 section, we're going to play 2 beats of each check pattern and each grouping. Alright, so it will be 2 beats of straight 16 notes with alternating sticking for the check, followed by 2 beats of the first grouping, 2 beats of check, 2 beats of the second grouping, 2 beats of check, 2 beats of the third grouping, 2 beats of check, and then 2 beats of the fourth grouping, and then we're going to repeat that whole section again. Okay, so we're going to play that 2 times through. Alright, so the 2 section will sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, and finally in the 1 section we're going to play 1 beat of check, followed by the first grouping, another beat of check, the second grouping, another beat of check, the third grouping, and then another beat of check, and then the fourth grouping. Alright, and we're going to do that whole section 4 times. Alright, so the 1 section of the exercise sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so those are each one of the sections of the exercise. Now what we're going to do is put them all together and play the entire exercise from top to bottom. Okay, here we go. This is at 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. So that's the entire 16th note, 2-note timing exercise, all right? It's a lot of fun to play, and it's a little difficult to really get comfortable with, okay? And the reason this exercise is difficult is due to the space that you have to account for and get comfortable with, all right? It's sometimes awkward to let those two 16th note spaces just breathe, all right, and be open, and actually place the notes exactly where they need to be on the specific partial of the 16th note that they need to be on, okay? So this takes a lot of concentration and a lot of confident timekeeping to play correctly, right? So the way I recommend you work this up is to first learn it really slow, okay? Probably about 60 beats per minute, right? With the 16th note on your metronome, if you have that, okay? The second step is to count it out loud as you play it, all right? Counting out loud, 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end as you play, and making sure that you're lining up each one of the partials with the syllable correctly is a huge help, and you know, a really beneficial thing to do as you learn this, because it just solidifies exactly where the beat is, exactly where your pulse is, and exactly how those rhythms relate to the pulse and the beat, as well as the 16th note syllables that are underlying the entire thing, okay? So it's all about constructing basically this mainframe of rhythm in your mind that you can just lay any type of rhythm on top of. And this exercise is really good for helping develop that, okay? So as you get comfortable with that, as you start to really feel how the rhythms relate to the pulse, then gradually start building up the tempo, bumping it up, you know, a couple beats every day or every week, however fast you want to build this up, and just consistently focus on your timing, all right? That's the key with this, is timing. Getting really comfortable with allowing that space to breathe and properly placing the notes on the exact partial that they need to be played on, okay? So there's a lot to be done with this exercise. It's not super simple, especially if you really take to heart the importance of timing. And since you're a drummer, and you know, keeping good time and playing rhythms in time is, you know, one of our main jobs, you should really take this to heart and really focus on it. Slow it down, work it up, and become a master of the 16th note, 2-note timing exercise, okay? So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this exercise. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about it. I will do my best to get you answers that help you out as much as possible. And as always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode of Snare Drum TV.